Double elimination tournaments are probably the most common tournament format when it comes to big esports events. Why, you may ask? Because the format not only allows for suspense and the comeback factor, but it's easy to follow for the players and feels more fair than a single elimination format, in my opinion. Imagine you're in a tournament and lose to some type of tricky tactic. Wouldn't it be great to at least have one more chance to win the tournament? I think most players would agree they would prefer to have 2 lives rather than just one where anything can happen. Today we'll be talking about the overlooked format mistake which may have costed a Dota 2 team just over $13 million. The Dota 2 International Tournament is a big annual tournament organized by Valve. This tournament requires teams to play well enough in other big events in order to be considered eligible. The International Tournament is by far the biggest event for any Dota 2 professional team, mainly due to the record-breaking prize pools. If you search biggest esports prize pools, the top 6 results are Dota 2 international tournaments. The main reason why these prize pools are able to get so high is because the tournament's prize pool is crowdfunded through a type of in-game battle pass called the Compendium, which raises money from players buying them to get exclusive in-game virtual goods and other bonuses. 25% of all the revenue made from yearly compendiums go directly to the prize pool. Each battle pass comes with a lot of goodies. Typically, most people look forward to customized chat wheel sounds, which can be played often during a game. In my personal opinion, I think the chat wheel sounds are one of the core fundamentals and the biggest reason why players purchase the pass in the first place. The chat wheel sounds have a big variety of things that players can choose from, but typically it's a cool moment in a pro Dota game, maybe a funny one-liner, or maybe it's a line from someone who's done a lot for the Dota community.
Normally.
But these awesome chat wheel sounds disappear after each battle pass, which gets any somewhat frequent Dota 2 player excited for the next battle pass. Not to mention, these custom chat wheel sounds are usually obtainable without playing too much or buying extra levels after purchasing the initial pass, giving the pass a big reason for players to purchase it. On top of this, there are sometimes very rare items at extremely high levels of the battle pass, which incentivize dedicated players to spend more money while playing the game frequently in order to get a nearly one-of-a-kind cosmetic or skin in some cases. It's clear at this point that the battle pass is able to generate insane amounts of money for the international. So why doesn't Valve take the actual tournament more seriously? Yes, now we're getting to the $13 million thing. The tournament starts off great in my opinion. Pools or group stage, which is basically a round robin with 2 groups of 9 teams each. Whichever team does the worst in each group of 9 is eliminated and does not advance to the double elimination bracket. The top 4 teams from each group of 9 get seeded into the upper bracket, while the bottom 4 teams in each group get seeded into the lower bracket. After the seeding is completed, the teams compete in a standard double elimination bracket, where essentially you have an extra chance or extra life at the start if you start in the upper bracket. But if you happen to start in the lower bracket, you're on your last legs. So it's paramount that as a team, you really give it your all in the round robin stage. Because not only do you get a second chance if your team makes it to the upper bracket, but you don't have to play as many matches, and therefore you have a way better chance to place much better in the tournament overall. Now from the start of the bracket all the way up before the grand finals, everything is pretty normal. But then, we actually get to the grand finals itself. Up until the grand finals, everything is best of 3. Pretty easy to follow, and once we get to the grand finals, it becomes a best of 5. Take note, in the format of the actual tournament, they don't specify anything changing for the grand finals itself. And notice which bracket each team is in. LGD makes it to the grand finals from the upper bracket. They started in the upper bracket, which means they have an extra life or extra chance. While Team Spirit, the team that actually won the tournament, comes from the lower bracket. Now typically in this situation, for Team Spirit to actually win the international, they have to win 2 sets of best of 5. Why? Because LGD still has the advantage from getting to the grand finals from the upper bracket. Team Spirit originally starts in the upper bracket, but they lost once, so they were moved to the lower bracket, meaning they only have 1 life left or 1 more chance left. But in the actual TI-10 tournament, Team Spirit wins 1 single best of 5 set, and they take the tournament.
Also has great things to do in the game against him.
The drafts are a bit lackluster too.
They're going to chase on! Slight chase! Oh no, yes! Top of PSG, LGD, I don't think they can! GG's got it! It's over! GG! It's over! GG! They've got it! They are done it, team spirit!
I'm not sure why the double elimination format wasn't respected. It's almost as if they removed LGD's extra chance as soon as they entered the grand finals, and it became a sudden death situation for no reason at all. If we look at the actual set of LGD versus Team Spirit, Team Spirit takes game 1. It seems that LGD couldn't quite outplay them when it came to the 5v5 fight, as Team Spirit has many more kills. Not a massive gold lead as we see sometimes, but quite a strong game 1 in terms of control. In game 2, we see a similar type of finish where LGD actually ends up surrendering, but we see a lot of control and coordination when it comes to fighting with Team Spirit. They're not allowing themselves to be caught out. But game 3 comes around and we see a very convincing win from LGD, as if they've caught on to something that Team Spirit has been doing in the past 2 games and won with a staggering 50k gold lead. Game 4, we see an insane game from LGD, only taking 2 deaths as a team total while racking up a total of 23 kills. It's clear that LGD took notes and is playing much smarter than they did the first and second match. In game 5, we see a somewhat even match most of the way through, but Team Spirit began to really outplay them when it came to picking off the team of LGD and securing easy fights towards the end. At this point in the tournament for any other esport, we would see another best of 5, and personally I feel like it would be pretty close. LGD is quite good at adapting, but Team Spirit learned from their mistakes and took game 5. Go ahead and comment down below what you guys think, but I feel like the double elimination format needs to be upheld and played correctly. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure to leave a like, don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Hopefully LGD doesn't need their $13 million because they're not getting a chance to get it. Alright, I'll see you guys.